Yes, I believe this is now working. It has literally taken me about 3 hours of study for this new Keynote to supply this video. And hopefully, right, fingers crossed, it is working. The good man, Michael Kinney, I believe he's pretty well versed on technology, so he's helped me along. But it's taken about a good hour and a half. I'm maybe elaborating 3 hours. Anyway, trying to keep this at a rather short 10 minutes. I do not see the timer except on my PC to the right, but we'll just do our best here because I know everyone's attention spans are low. So my name is Cliff Tom. It is Sunday, early morning, March 7th. Sorry, I am in Cambodia. 2022 as our virus seemingly still is around and pestering us. But it's been great. One of the benefits is that I'm able to make these videos and put them on my channel. So I've been instructing IELTS for about 10 plus years. And this is a great feature now. And if I had to do it over, maybe I would be an influencer or an online educator, but I am not. And again, my name is Cliff Tom from Chicago, Illinois, originally. I went to a nice private school there. I was very fortunate. I have 2 undergraduate degrees in English literature as well as integrated strategic communications. And then I have my master's degree as well as I finished my doctoral studies. So hence the ABD master's signature above. And hopefully one day I'll be a doctor. That said, I may use some Chinese words. I'm trying not to though, because I want this to be strictly English for an English class. So I will not this time, okay? But my best, this is in preparation, a generalized easy or beginner video for those struggling for complete answers to generalized IELTS questions. So I'm doing 3 here, and it's how to best use conjunctions. But in particular, it's going to be because, pardon me, I'm in Cambodia, so it's very hot. So it's going to be and because. Let's move on to the next slide. I cannot do that. So fucked. We just got fucked. I don't know what's going on. Fuck.
Forward arrow to go back to the beginning of my that I can click, and then I can review my recording or do some editing, as I'll show you later. Okay, so with my settings all the way I want them, go down to options to click off of that, and now I'm ready to record. And I can do that either by pressing this record button down here on the screenshot interface, or I can just click on the screen when I see this camera icon. So I'll do that, and I get my 5-second countdown right here, and then I'm recording. And I know I'm recording because of this small little stop button icon on the top menu bar. All right, so now that I'm recording, making sure first of all, my Keynote slideshow playback window is active. Very important, make sure this is active. So click it, make it active. And I'm gonna take my mouse off of it so I can lose the title. And then I'm going to just use my backward arrow to go back to the beginning of my presentation here. And now I'm ready to start my presentation slideshow. So I'll just give myself a bit of a pause. Hey, it's Mike, and in this video,
That's what I want. QuickTime Player.
Video, I want to talk about the 3 phases, and up pops the screenshot interface down here. Now looking at this interface, there's my QuickTime movie window. So to prevent this from happening while you're making your recording, with your QuickTime movie recording window open, go up to the QuickTime menu at the top and select View, Float on Top. Now, your QuickTime movie window will stay on top of this Keynote slideshow playback window. So even when it's active, my QuickTime movie window is still on top. Okay, now I'm ready to record. Now to record this arrangement, I'm going to use QuickTime Player's screen recording application, Screenshot. So to bring up Screenshot, I'm going to select my movie window to make QuickTime Player active. Then I'll go up to the top menu here and select File, New Screen Recording. And up pops the screenshot interface down here. Now looking at this interface, I'm going to make sure, first of all, that Record Entire Screen is
God damn you, man. Yeah, you don't need it.
quality. I have it set to high. These black bars appear on the sides. Now I've tried changing different settings in Keynote settings and the slide settings, but these bars continue to appear. Seems to be a quirk of the playback window. Now it's not a huge problem. You can just get rid of these bars by simply clicking and dragging, and then just center up the playback window on the screen. All right, with my Keynote slideshow window ready to go, I'm next going to set up my webcam shot. And to do that, I'm going to launch QuickTime Player. Now, there's a number of ways you can launch QuickTime Player. You can use the Finder, or you can use the Launchpad, or you can use the keyboard shortcut Command Spacebar to bring up Spotlight Search. And then I'll start typing QuickTime, and you can see QuickTime Player appears. I'll hit Return, and that launches QuickTime Player. Then I'm going to go up to the top menu here in QuickTime Player and select File, New Movie Recording. And up pops my webcam feed. Now, if you're not seeing your webcam, make sure your webcam's plugged in first. And then also go down here to the options setting of the QuickTime Movie Player beside the record button here. If you click this little arrow, you'll get some settings. And under camera, make sure that your camera is selected. In my case, it's the Logitech Brio. Don't worry about microphone because we're not going to be recording audio through the QuickTime Movie Player. And down here in quality, I have it set to high. High records a 720p HD video, which is fine for my purposes. I don't need maximum, which gives me a 1080p and a much bigger file size, because I'm going to be squishing down my QuickTime window into the corner of the screen. 720p or the high setting is fine, so I'll leave that there. And I'll click and drag the corner of my QuickTime Movie window to shrink it all the way down. And then I'll click and drag it and place it just down here in the corner of my slideshow. Or I could even place it over this way a bit, but I'll just leave it right there. Okay, so a couple things about this QuickTime Player window that are important. One thing you just saw, if I mouse over this window, you'll see that the title bar of the movie window appears, as well as the controls. which is not what you really want to have show in your recording. So while you're giving your presentation or delivering your slideshow, make sure you avoid mousing over this window and having this stuff appear. One other important thing, when you're running your slideshow here in this Keynote playback window, you have to make sure that the window is active in order to use it. So if I click on this window to make it active, watch what happens. My QuickTime Movie window disappears. That's not going to work. Well, my QuickTime Movie window did not disappear. It's actually sitting underneath of this Keynote playback window. So I'll just shrink that down, and there's my QuickTime Movie window. So to prevent this from happening while you're making your recording, with your QuickTime Movie recording window open, go up to the QuickTime menu, the top, and select View, Float on Top. Now, your QuickTime... Yeah. Movie window will stay on top of this Keynote slideshow playback window. So even when it's active, my QuickTime Movie window is still on top. Okay, now I'm ready to record. Now to record this arrangement, I'm going to use QuickTime Player's screen recording application, Screenshot. So to bring up Screenshot, I'm going to select my movie window to make QuickTime Player active. Then I go up to the top menu here and select File, New Screen Recording. And up pops the Screenshot interface down here. Now looking at this interface, I'm going to make sure, first of all, that Record Entire Screen is selected because I want to record my entire screen. Then I'm going to go over to the Options window here, and I'm going to click that. And up comes the Options window. And in Options, at the top, Save To, I want to set that to Desktop. Okay, now I want to go back into Options again, so I have to go back down and click it to open it up. And I see the timer is set to 5 seconds, and that's fine. I'll leave it there. You can select no timer or 10 seconds. And then down here in the microphone, now this is very important because this is the microphone that's going to record your voiceover for the screen recording that's going to go with this entire video. So you want to make sure you select the microphone that you're going to use. So in my case, that's the Rode NT USB Mini. Then down here in the options section, I want to make sure Show Floating Thumbnail is selected. What this does is when I'm finished my recording, a thumbnail of my recording will appear briefly on screen for about 5 seconds that I can click, and then I can review my recording or...
No, come on, record. No, delete. There's no Wi-Fi either.
Or do some editing, as I'll show you later. Okay, so with my settings all the way I want them, go down to options to click off of that. And now I'm ready to record. And I can do that either by pressing this record button down here on the screenshot interface, or I can just click on the screen when I see this camera icon. So I'll do that. And I get my 5-second countdown right here. And then I'm recording. And I know I'm recording because of this small